Hello everybody. I'm doing a video here, this time on a Brown-Peterson task. I pick up my note that fell down there. Brown-Peterson task, right? So in chapter 5, we've got sensory memory and short-term memory. You spend most of the chapter on short-term memory. We do talk about echoic memory, the echo for auditory sensory memory, and then also iconic memory for that, them, their visual sensory memory, right? So anyway, Brown-Peterson task was a study by Brown-Peterson. Bet you didn't know that. So they created this task to test how long can information be retained in short-term memory. So we're looking at the retention duration of information in short-term memory. How long can the information be retained, right, in this memory process that we call short-term memory? So what you do, you give them a 3-consonant trigram they're supposed to remember, right, but you don't give them a chance to rehearse it, okay? So what you do is you give them that 3-consonant trigram, no vowels, just 3 consonants, so it doesn't, form a word or anything that sounds meaningful. So, I don't know, GHT, for instance, right? And then immediately after you give them that trigram, you give them a counting task to do, right? You give them a number out loud. You tell them, I don't know, 2021. You ask them to count out loud backwards by 3s from that number. So you give them a trigram, then you give them that number, 2023. I forget what it was. We'll go with 2023 now. So I have to count out loud 2020, 2017, 2014, 2011, 2008. See, while I'm counting, I'm not able to rehearse that 3-consonant trigram. You just stop them after a period of time and see if they can remember that 3-consonant trigram, right? So, they give you some numbers there in the book. After 3 seconds, 80% of people can recall the trigram. I don't know about those people who can't remember it after 3 seconds. But anyway, we'll go on. They mentioned, about 7% can remember after 18 seconds. So when we give a guesstimate. Right, a guesstimate of how long information can be retained in short-term memory, not sensory memory, short-term memory. And of course we'll say 20 to 30 seconds, all right? 20 to 30 seconds, how long information will be retained in short-term memory if you're not rehearsing it. Now, if you keep repeating it over and over, and you're able to rehearse it and maintain it there longer. But Brown-Peterson task demonstrates that if you can't rehearse it, it's gone. 20 to 30 seconds is gone. So retention duration of short-term memory, 20 to 30 seconds. All right, now let's make this video a little more interesting. Putting on a hat here because this is North Carolina, so I'm going to put on this hat. It makes me look like a pirate. Arrgh, right? I've said that in class before, so let's be pirates. All right, so the pirate in me says, well, I don't know if they're right. I mean, 20 to 30 seconds, and why? Why would it be gone in 20 to 30 seconds? I guess that's the key thing a pirate has a problem with in the Brown-Peterson task. Because you don't really know why that information is disappearing, right? Now, it could be decay, and they kind of assume decay. Well, if you don't rehearse it, it just decays away after 20 to 30 seconds. Because you're not rehearsing it, it decays away. But hold on there. Mr. Pirate's going to tell you, hold on, all right? You don't know that. You don't know it's decay. Because you're asking them to do a counting task, and that counting task could be actively interfering with the memory. So you don't know, right, if it's decay or interference. So when you forget information from memory, in this case short-term memory, it could be because it decays away, or it could be because other information interferes with it. So the counting task could have interfered with the memory of 3-consonant trigram. So we need another study, right? That's what the pirate says. And Waugh and Norman, those great pirates, Waugh and Norman, did a study to test that, all right? So this study is specifically testing why is information forgotten, right, from short-term memory. Is it because it decays away over time? Or is it because subsequent information is interfering, right, with that earlier information? And that's why you forget it, because subsequent information is interfering with it, right? So in their task, they had about, they give people 16 digits, right, 16 individual digits or numbers, it'd be randomly determined, of course. I made it simple on the PowerPoint slides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to create 16 digits, right? Obviously, in a real study, those will be determined randomly, all right? Now, what they did is they're going to compare and contrast. They're going to try to test both, right, decay and interference in their study, in Waugh and Norman, right? So what they're going to do is they're going to ask people to remember, right, a digit in that list of digits. And what it is, what the task is the digit at the very end of that list of digits that tells them, the participants, to remember the first time that digit happened in the list and recall the digit that occurred after it. All right? So basically, you could vary. You could vary where the digit in the list was that you're asking them to remember. All right? And by doing that, you're going to test interference. Okay? If you ask them to remember a number at the beginning of the list, a digit at the beginning of the list, well, then there are more digits that come after that. So there would be more interference. Or if you ask them to remember a digit at the end of the list, right, then you're asking them to remember something that has fewer digits after it, and so there will be less interference. So it's where the digit is in the list of digits that's going to test interference as a possible reason, right, for forgetting from short-term memory. Then, of course, you've got the slow and fast presentation of the stimuli, right? So the digits are presented very fast, right, 4 in a second, or very slowly, 1 in a second. And that's going to test decay, because when you present the stimuli quickly or fast, right, less time has passed by, so there would be less opportunity for decay, so they should remember better if decay is why we're forgetting information, right, from short-term memory. And then the slow list, of course, they're presented 1 a second, so more time has gone by, so more decay should have happened, so they should forget more if decay is the reason for forgetting in short-term memory. All right? So you're looking at where the number is in the list, right? Is going to test interference as a possible reason for forgetting of short-term memory. And the slow or fast presentation of the stimuli is going to test if decay is involved. All right? And they found no effect for decay, right? Whether the stimuli were presented quickly or slowly had no effect on participants' performance. So there was no evidence in Waugh and Norman that forgetting occurred because of decay. All right? But interference, where the number was in the list, yeah, that influenced recall of the participants. All right? So when you ask them to recall a digit at the beginning of the list, they had a harder time doing that. They forgot more of those items at the beginning of the list because there were more digits after it to interfere more, and so more forgetting occurred, right? Whereas if you ask them to remember an item at the end of the list, right, there are fewer items after that to interfere with that memory, and so they could remember those really well. All right, so that's the Waugh and Norman study. It's testing, is decay or interference the reason for forgetting in short-term memory? Turns out interference in that study was supported. Now, we can't completely rule out decay. There may be some decay as well in forgetting in short-term memory. All right? So we revisit this after the next test when we get to long-term memory and forgetting in long-term memory. But I hope you're having a good day studying, focusing your attention on the stimuli, which is what you need to be doing. And enjoy the rest of today before we return to school tomorrow. Ha ha!